This conference will now be recorded.
So we'll wait for another 2 minutes for others to join, and then we'll start. But let me know if you guys getting any disturbance or any of such thing. I'll try to
Sure.
fix it. Well, let me know when you can see my screen, guys.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, great. So today we'll be covering the topic of the new product introduction. It comes under the demand planning activities. So in the last session, we have covered the forecasting part. Just a small recap on what we have done on the last session. Um, so last session we did the forecasting. We started from the scratch. We have first decided at what level we have to do the forecasting. I went with the standard planning levels, that is at the location, customer, product level, but it could be we can do forecasting at any level we want. Basically the forecasting is like to put it in a nutshell, we look back and then we predict the future. So we look back, that means we consider the history. It could be anything. I have considered the actual quantity key figure, and I have assumed that the actual quantity key figure will hold the actual values that were being shipped from a location to a particular customer for all the product combinations that are there. So so I picked up that key figure. I loaded the master datas and I loaded the key figure data, and I followed a particular pattern. I gave actual quantity of hundreds for the Amazon customer, in the range of hundreds, huh? And then for the another customer, I gave it in a range of thousands. I saved the history. I created the forecast model, so they all are available under the demand planner group. So these are the different apps that are available to do the demand planning activity. So managed forecast models is an app where we manage all our forecast model. So I created one forecast model for our planning area called test config for the product called S12. So there we have seen different steps that we can do. The first thing is the overall parameters that we set for this particular model. That is the time granularity, how many historical periods that it has to read, how many future forecasting periods that it has to propagate or populate the values. Then the pre-processing steps, that was more of a data cleansing. Three options: substitute the missing values so that we can clean the data, and then we can replace it with the median of the remaining data set. And then whenever you select that, system will always ask that, okay, what is the key figure that I can do the data cleansing part. There are other things like outlier correction and the forecast elimination. So I mean, not forecast, what is that, promotion elimination, I think. So if there are any promotions that you have already maintained in your history, and then you wanted to clean that up. And one second, guys. Hey, sorry guys for that. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, we're talking about the forecast model. Yes, the second step in the forecast model is a data cleansing. The third step is the actual, specifying what is the input key figure for this forecast model, what is the overall output for this forecast model. And inside that, we can pick up different algorithms that we want. We have seen the list of algorithms that are available: single exponential, smoothing, and regression, and ARIMA, and all weighted average or moving average. All those like basic algorithms are there, and also the advanced algorithms are there. So we can also pick up multiple algorithms, and then we can give a weighted average and can get the forecast that we want. Second is, we can get the best fit out of all those forecasting algorithms that we have selected inside that particular model. We have to specify, like, what does it mean, what is best fit, what is best fit for you. So if it has the least mean absolute error, or other errors that we have, so we have to specify those, and then system would accordingly calculate the forecast values. And then the final step is the post processing, that is like calculating all the all the errors and etc etc. So we have created that, and then we can run it from the Excel interface here. So once we log in, all other options will get enabled. Then under the advanced option, we can run our forecasting model. The second thing is, we can also run from the application job. We have seen it like a couple of days back. Now go to the application job, and then, or maybe create a template, then start using the template, and you can schedule it like every day, or every week, or as per the requirement. The other things that we have seen is that input key figure, the output key figure are at different planning levels. Input was at the detail level: product, location, customer. But when I do the forecasting, I don't want to see the location dimension in it. So that's why I gave the output key figure at a week product customer. Okay, and then while I'm running the forecasting algorithm, I will specify at what level the algorithm has to run. So here, this is location and customer. I picked up this up, and then I come here. I also pick up the time level. Oh, sorry. I picked up the location and resource. That's why there is no um, yeah, there is no forecasting model that was configured at location and resource level, right? So it's always at the customer and product. So we can see the different algorithms that are coming in. I think this is our S12 test config model is a forecast model that we have configured, and this is with the pre-processing steps. And we have also seen the difference of the results, that if we have given the data cleansing option, then we have seen much cleaner results. But whereas without the pre-processing, we have seen a skewed result. So this is what we have seen. And there's also, and we can also filter it and can run it only for a particular family. um, so instead of running your forecast for the entire thing, you can run it for only Samsung M series and can see the forecast for yourself. So another thing is that we can assign a forecast. So if this is one, the second thing is I can directly assign a particular model for my Samsung M series. Or if a particular line of business has a different kind of sales pattern, and if it have a different kind of a sales historical data, then you can very well create an algorithm accordingly, like that. Maybe create just a simple moving average, and then assign that particular forecasting to a particular brand or product family, right? So that can be done through the SN forecast models. So this is a kind of a recap, guys. I mean, what we have seen yesterday. So now we'll talk about the new product introduction. So new product introduction. Yeah. So this comes in handy when this functionality will be useful when we actually introduce new products into our product portfolio or into the market, right? So when we what kind of a products that we introduce here? So this is kind of a theory. I mean, just from a from a business context, not from a technical products IBP's product specific. It's not that. So three times when we can see that a new product can be introduced. First is upgrade or revision. So that means that we are doing a 1:1 replacement for the existing product, and use 100% of the old product sales history. So yeah, I mean, one more thing before this. So the main key challenge, if you are introducing a new product, and you definitely want to do a forecasting for it, so that if you have a forecast, then you can plan on the different other things, right? One second, guys. Yeah. So first, you need the forecast to start your business planning. If I have, like, I think we are talking about S12 product, right? Let's say that I wanted to introduce a new product called S13. So obviously there will be an R&D for the businesses. They'll be start thinking. They obviously there would be some market research and etc. There would be whole list of activities that a business does before introducing a new product, before that strategic decision has been taken. They'll see obviously the trends, and they'll do some basic user research and all that. Then they come to something, and then they introduce a new product called S13. And also they'll start a marketing campaign, and they build an awareness, and then they try to get the interest from the customers, and launch some campaigns and etc etc. So those all activities would be there. But coming from operational standpoint, if I mean, let's talk from the same example that we're dealing here. S12 is our product. We want to launch S13 product. So if I launch S13 product in this month, that is May 2019, so what sale it is going to make in June of 2019 and July of 2019, etc., etc. So once I know that how much of the sale that it is going to maintain, once I have the forecast with me, then I can actually look back into the supply side. I can, maybe run a supply planning algorithm and then feed this forecast. So if I have a 10,000 demand for the product S13 in the June of 2019, um, how much my production has to be? Where should the transportation has to happen? How much I have to procure, all those supply planning decisions, you remember. So we covered this in the supply planning module. So once I have the, so forecast is kind of a starting point, and once I have the forecast, then I can do some financial calculations that what is the margins that I going to get, and how much of revenue that I'm going to finally make out of this new product, and how much I'm going to invest on this to actually create 10,000 units of S12 product, and etc., etc. So forecast is a base. I mean, and then if the forecast is not proper, we'll end up facing a lot of business challenges. Like we'll see, I mean, especially with the case of mobile phones, we always seen this case of stockouts, right? A lot of new companies will launch a new product, and then there's always this crunch. And who has failed in this? I think I would say it's a forecasting failure. So the company is unable to unable to come up with the right forecast, or maybe they haven't done the forecasting much prior, so that they can be ready with their with their supply, and then try to cover up their supply constraints, right? I mean, mm, obviously, I mean, they might not do that much of production, they might not ship that much, and make sure that the product is available at the right time, at the right place, for the right customer. So maybe they are unable to do that. It's obviously a classic supply chain failure, but the forecasting really comes in to play a great thing here. So the forecasting has to be done for the new product. Second thing, how I can do a forecast if I don't have a sales history? S13 is my new product I'm launching. Fine. It is kind of the next version of S12. Fine. And also it is a combination of the other features that are available in M12 and N12 and Z12, etc., etc. Fine. But how I'm going to forecast for this new product called S13? So uh, so in that case, what we can do is, as obviously there is no sales history available for S13, we have to consider the old product's sales history and then populate the forecast for this new product. So it's a business decision. So if you want to launch for S13 product, one second, S13 is my new product, S12 is already there, and let's say M12 is already there, and also N12 is there, etc. So it's a business decision. So you think that I can calculate the forecast for S13 by taking a reference of S12 sales history. So this is the history. So here it has done at 100. So here it has done at 200. So now I can consider these two, and then I can use these two sales history and propagate the forecast for S13. Yeah, that's what we're going to do now. And then I can also give a weight that give 80% of weight to the S12 and 20% of weight to the M12. So system considers, gives 80% as a weighting to the S12 sales history, and then 20% of weightage to M12 sales history. So, and there are other options also, we'll see it. I think that is what this diagram is also specifying. Generating new product forecast. There are three products. So it is taking 60% from product A, 20% from product B, 20% history from product C. Then it is calculating based on these three old products. It is referencing to those all three products, and then it is finally calculating the forecast for this new product. Or you can very well take a product A's forecast 100% from here. So basically, this comes when an upgrade is happening, or maybe product extension is happening. That means, a new product is getting launched, within the existing, category. So next is the innovation, like you're bringing up a whole new category itself, where the organization must complete market surveys or similar to come up with estimated sales volume. So, for example, yeah, some kind of a fancy gadget that we can think of that Samsung is coming in, which is an amalgamation of some kind of a personal handheld device with the mobile phone with something else. So then that's a new category altogether itself. But whereas the product extension is, you have the existing category, that is, you're having an S series. A Samsung S series mobile category is already there, and then there you're bringing a new product that is S13. So yeah, so that is kind of the new product that we're introducing. So whenever a new product is getting launched, so this is what we see. There will be a phase in end. Will have Then it will have a phase out, like a normal distribution curve. So this is a growth part. Then we'll reach a stability, and then it will start declining. Anything, I mean, they'll say that everything in this world follows a normal distribution curve. So take anything, so it will always have a rise. It will reach a particular point, maximum rise, and then it will stay there for some time, and then it will decline. So that's the order of the world, the people say, so the philosophers. So yeah, we take any example also. So take any iPhone example, whatever new that they are launching, 10 or 11 or 12 or 13, whatever it is. Initially there would be a high sale, maybe it might not start from the very low point, but it might start from a very high itself, something like this. And then it will stay on the top, or maybe the sales will get kind of a stagnated. Like for example, the current product is iPhone X, right? So it might have reached its stability now. So iPhone X is kind of a stable, the sales are stable with the minimal variance in it, like week by week. Then after some time, the iPhone X will start declining, and then it will further decline, and then it finally reach an end of life, maybe in 2022. iPhone 4, iPhone 5, they are kind of they are phased out from the iPhone product portfolio, so they're no longer there in the market. So yeah, so there is this cycle. So this is like high tech products, and where the product life cycles got further shrinked, and then but yeah, I mean, if we take any other example of, we'll see this kind of a pattern here. So with IBP we can actually achieve all this. We can tell to the system that I am launching a new product called S13, and then the phase in will start. The phase in will be there for 3 months, and for 3 months it will, it will start from a low point. It will start, gradually increasing, and from after third month it will reach a stability, and it will stay there for 1 year, and then it will, start declining, and etc etc. So we can specify all that. So forecasting during product replacements and introduction of new products is can be done using the managed product lifecycle. Generate a reliable forecast for new products without sales history. That's the key. There will not be any history for the new products. Also generate a reliable forecast for our products during phase out periods. Okay. Now I'm getting into the system, guys. So first here I'll give you the kind of a step-by-step procedure on you know now how we can achieve this. First thing is, obviously you'll be having a forecast model ready with you, right? So yeah, you have a forecast model, you know what algorithm has to be run, you know what is the input key figure, you know what is output key figure, everything is there. You are launching a new product called S13. So first thing is that you have to populate master data entries. So this is a prior one. So I would say, especially the product master data, that means introduce a new product called S13, and also extend this product to the locations, and also to the, like, we have customers like Amazon, Best Buy, etc. So this is the first thing. I'll do that. Then the another important thing is that we have to populate planning objects. Okay, that means especially especially for the target key figure. Okay. Um, this is our source key figure. This is what I think we have built in our model there. So this is at prod cust level. This is a target key figure. This is the consensus demand. But this is just at prod cust level. So now what I'm saying is that you have to create a planning object for this target key figure, that is a consensus demand, at this level called broadcast. That means you have to extend this product S13 for the customer, Amazon, Best Buy, etc., etc. Okay, that's the second thing that we have to do. Third thing is we have to, in the managed product life cycle, we have to do product assignments. What does this mean here? So I am saying to the system that my S13 is a new product, and then it will S13 will refer S12 for history. So this is what I'll do it in the product assignments. Okay, so and I'll tell it to the system that this S13 is a new product, and it will refer to the S12 sales history, or maybe S11 or S10, etc., etc., at a particular weight. And then also I'll also specify other things like when it is phasing in, when the forecast should start, and etc. settings here. So once I'm done with the product assignments, then I need to tell it to my forecasting model that when you, hey, forecasting model, when you are processing, your, whatever the settings that were being made, when you're calculating the statistical forecasting, please also calculate for the new products that was for S13. I know S13 doesn't have a sales history, that's why you will not populate, but as I have maintained the product assignments, and then as I have also done, so there is this option here. I just want to show you. Okay, funny didn't join, huh? Okay, fine. No, no. So, sorry guys, I'm on mute and then I'm started speaking. So, yeah, are you guys there with me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So, I don't know when I lost you guys. So, till what point you guys have followed me, or I'm on unmute?
We have only source key figure and target key figure, and afterwards we didn't hear any.
Oh, it's lost. Oh my God. I don't know. I accidentally pressed this button and then sorry for that. So this is the 6 steps that we have to do to populate the forecast for the new product. Um, Source, target key figure. Target key figure is consensus demand. This is at product and customer level. We have to populate a planning object for this level, that is product and customer, weak product customer. That means product is S13, customer is Amazon, one record. Product is S13, customer is Best Buy, another record. So we have to maintain the planning object. Then once we're done with that, we have to do the product assignments. That we do it in an app called Manage Product Lifecycle. So in the demand planner, Manage Product Lifecycle app, you see the name is Product Assignments. So the name itself is saying that we'll assign a old product to a new product. And then we'll also specify the weightage, that how much of the old product history has to be considered for the new product forecasting. Then we'll also specify that S13 is a new product. Then we'll also specify that the forecasting has to start from this time. That means maybe we are launching it from June 2019, let's just say. So, and then also we'll also specify that this is phasing in this particular time, and then it would the phase in will end on this after 3 months, and then it will reach kind of a stability, and then we can specify all that. Okay, and once we're done with that, we save it and then we activate it. Then we have to update our forecast model. So under our model, that is S12 test config, so here there is this button called consider product lifecycle information. So we have to checkbox this. What will this checkbox does is, when system calculates the forecasting, it will read all the history from this key figure. It will populate the forecast for this key figure, whatever planning objects are there. But whereas for S13, there is no history. So it will stop creating any forecast for S13 product. But we don't want that to happen because it's a new product. That's why we'll say that consider product lifecycle information. Then in that case, it will first read that the product assignments that we have maintained. Then it will understand that there is a new product called S13. It will not have forecast, but in the system there is a record for the referencing product, that is S12, and the weightage is 100%. Then it calculates the forecast for S13 and based on the history of S12 and populate the forecast for S13 in the consensus demand. Okay, that's what happens. So once you check box that, and then you rerun the forecast model and verify the product forecast for new products. So this is what I'm going to do now. Start from the scratch everything. So any questions before that?
So the
Okay.
data, what happens to the S12 data? Like, the data is going to stay there for S12, and also S13 is going to copy from S12 to S13, right?
Yeah, so that's a kind of a, again, the discipline, the process that as a consultants we have to bring in, or the business will decide. So if a new and also the classic case for the master data governance team, if you guys create S13 product already into the system and run the interface and bring it back into the IBP, that's the best thing to do.
Okay.
Okay, that's the best thing to do. But otherwise also, we can create a version, and if we say that this is a version specific master data, so prior to introducing that product into the S4 system and creating a bomb for S4 for S13 product and the transportation and all that in the S4 I'm talking about. So but before that, you can actually do some planning, and then you, not in the base version, go to upside version or any other version, create these master data entries and rerun, run all the forecasting, do all these settings, and then you know mm, have some kind of a eagle's view on what will happen when I launch S13, how it's going to impact my supply plans, my production facilities, capacities, etc. So you can do all that, then maybe come up with a final plan, and then do it in S4 and etc etc. But it is advisable, especially when we are integrating master data with S4 and IBP, it always has to be consistent. So IBP should have the products that are already there in the S4, right? So that's kind of a discipline that we have to bring in. So IBP shouldn't have any new kind of a product. If there are exceptions, then that's fine. But as a process specific, both the system has to be in sync. So now I am going into the master data. First, I'll create a new entry for S13 product, and I'll assign it to the customer product. Because customer is already there, I just need to assign this new product to the customers. S12 is already there, so now I'm giving a new product. It's 13. Saving it. There's only one customer that has been there. Okay. It's interesting. So I was thinking that there are multiple customers. I'll check the historical data 1 second. Actual quantity. I have loaded for last 1 year. That is week 20 of 2018. This is for the product S12. I think I also have another customer, I think. See, there are 3 customers. Ouch. So I have the master data with me. Then comes creating the planning objects. So I haven't covered this topic till just want to cover it here right now. That's why I saved this topic. So how to create a planning object? So first, some theory about the planning object. So planning objects are a combination of attribute records, right? So it is, for this actual quantity that we have just seen, it is just a combination of, all the attributes that are there inside your system that are also part of the master data. So it's kind of a planning level. Remember the planning level? So planning levels are the ones where the key figures will actually be in the values will get saved. That is a level. So in the planning level, we check all the attributes that we want. We wanted to plan, and then we'll select all those attributes check boxes, and then we'll actually create one planning level, right? So that combination of all that attributes is called the planning object, and it is same. Oh, sorry. I mean, it is same as that of a characteristic combination in APO. Think whoever worked on APO. So it's kind of, there we have we call them as a characteristics, and then the combination of characteristics. It's the same concept in here. It's called a planning object, and it is same as a planning level, which every key figure will be be configured to. When a planning data is loaded into a key figure at a base planning level, system creates that combination for all key figures at that planning level. So only after creating a planning object, it is possible to view a particular combination in Excel UI. So, so we know it. So if the planning object is not there, then how can I view the data? So for example, say in this planning area, day product customer. So this is a planning level, and day product customer is used in 2 key figures. That is a KF1 day, and then the same key figure and some calculation. So how this planning level has been made? Day prod customer. So it is been made by selecting 11 attributes of the customer master data, and customer ID is the key. Another 26 products from the product master data, product ID is the key, and then also product customer master data. So it was being made by 11 plus 26 plus 1 attributes. That is almost 38 attributes. 38 attributes were being the combination of 38 attributes results the day product customer with the key called customer ID and product ID. So that's a planning combination. That planning level has been assigned to a key figure where the data gets stored in. Okay, if you don't have that, you will not see it in the Excel planning UI or in the anywhere. So the planning objects is a mandatory one. You guys followed me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, just think that I just created for master data records for this, right? Customer product. So I'll just take this off, and then I'll bring so S12, S13. So I can very well see the master data records that been made, but I'll not see the key figure called consensus demand for the product S13. So this has been assigned, but if I view my consensus demand, I'll not see it. So let me open that up. Take this out. So it will not list me S13 product, even though the master data are there. So I need to go and create a planning object. Then only I can see, the data for the key figure consensus demand at that particular planning level. Okay. So how to do that? 3 ways to do it. First is from the master data plus attribute as a key figure. Remember this, that for one attribute I'll make it as an attribute as a key figure. So there is this process that we have to follow. If you check box in the planning area, then it becomes a key figure. So then system would create a planning objects on the fly based on the master data that you have created it. That's the first way, cleaner way to create planning objects. Second thing is, or maybe if the interface is coming in, then that's pretty fine. So if there is an interface that is running at the product and customer level, if that is bringing the combinations that S13, Amazon, if one key figure data is coming in, then we'll also see the planning combinations getting created inside the IBP. That should be the approach. That, or maybe load a CSV file through data integration job. uh, Put all the combinations inside CSV file, load it into the system, then yes, you will have the combinations getting created, or an interface. Those were the standard things that we have to do. Apart from that, you can actually make a master data attribute as a key figure, and then system would allocate planning objects automatically. Second thing is from Excel UI or through copy operator with the parameter called create underscore time periods, you can create a planning object. Third thing is system generates by operators and profiles. So so if I run a forecasting, I mean, if I run a supply planning algorithm for a new product called S13, so for all other planning levels, wherever the product is there, optimize the supply planning algorithm will auto create the planning objects for that new product called S13, right? So these are the 3 ways. So in our session, I'll focus on creating a planning object from Excel UI. Okay, cool. So I can show you another thing also. So let's see, master data workbook, planning objects with key figure data. So week prod customer, 13 key figures are there. I'll pick up consensus demand. I'll select the current time period, edit mode. So I'll create for target customers and S13. So I'm just maintaining only for one combination. I'll not maintain any values. I'm just creating a planning objects. Customer, target stores, product, S13. Save changes. So imagine that this is the data integration job. 1 or 2 records have been changed, even though there is no value. But then what does it mean? Why 1 or 2 records are changed? That means it creates a planning objects in the back end. So now if I do a refresh, see, I have a new entry, consensus demand. There is no value, but a planning object is being made, but not for the Amazon and eBay because I haven't done it here. So this can also interpret it as a data integration job. This is kind of a CSV file. You load this thing and then run a data integration job in insert mode, or maybe think that this is an interface that is getting run. It is bringing these values. Planning objects get created. What's the other thing that I told? In the master data, new planning object. It is saying create new planning object. Create new planning object. S13. So there is some theory. Product is S13. Customer is not target store. So this is Amazon. It executes some report and then it creates a new planning object. And also I'll create for eBay.
That will take always from a current current period, because of earlier, like you mentioned that you, you selected a period, and the right hand side we have seen one or two periods. So in this case also, like it will always take a current period to the mm, propagate other periods.
No, sir. I mean, last time when I showed one or two, it's not one or two periods, but it is one or two places it has changed. That planning level, that weak product customer. So that planning level has holded different key figures, not just consensus demand. The planning level has holded different objects, different key figures. So at all those key figures, that combination has been extended, and that's why at
Okay.
one or two places a changes has been made, not for planning level. And coming back to this here, so this is not a time specific thing. So even if I open 2018, I can still see a combination for S13 and Amazon. Okay, now the planning object creation is for from the master data attributes level. So time periods it just auto assigns. How it will auto assign? Based on the configuration that is being made on this key figure called consensus demand. That consensus demand is configured at weekly level, so that's why it assigns all the weekly buckets to it,
Weekly work. Okay.
both history and yes, both history and the future. So that's how it is. So done it. Now the first two things I have done: first I've created the master data, second is created the planning objects. Now I am doing the manage product lifecycle. I'm doing the product assignments now. So there are no product assignments. I'm adding one product assignment. The planning area is a test config. Product is the S13 is my new product. Now the launch dimension is at what level you're launching this new product. So for now I'm just launching at product level. Like otherwise you can launch it at the customer region level, like or maybe customer group called strategic, or like online. So now you want to launch this smartphone only for the online portfolio, then only Amazon and eBay has to pick up. So then you will select that particular hierarchy, that is customer group, that is online, or maybe customer type or whatever it is. So if you select that, then what system thinks is that you are launching only at that level, and then when you're calculating the forecast, it will calculate only for those launch dimensions. It will not calculate the forecast for the target stores, because they belong to the physical retail stores. And so that's the thing. But for now, I'll just launch it at a product ID level. That means it's I'm launching for a product level to all the existing customers, this thing. So now a product assignments record has been made. Then for S13 product, planning areas test config, three options here. First is product assignments, forecast dates, and notes. First is product assignments. So the reference product is saying S13. So this is wrong. This shouldn't be S13, because S13 shouldn't refer S13. It should refer S12. You refer S12 product for it, and then now I'll give the weightage that historical values are multiplied by the weighting factor. So there, as of now, there is no other products like S11 or something. So I'm just giving 100% weightage to the S12 product. And how about the valid from? So I'll say this referencing is valid from let's say 2018 of May, and then it's going to valid till 21 of May. I'm just giving randomly, so that in this in this time frame, May 1st of 2018 to the May 1st of 2021, this referencing is valid. So the history that is there available from May 1 2018 to the current period and the future, it will all that thing will be valid, because that's a time frame that you have selected for the referencing. Offset days in the past, nothing, it's fine. So now I got a new record that S13 is a product, reference product is S12, some product hierarchy, some graphical representation, weightage is 100%, all this stuff. So I'm activating this. This is already in active status. That's fine. Now I'm going to the forecast dates. Forecast dates of S13. So first, no record, no items available. Now I'm clicking on add. S13 by default picks up because you are giving forecast dates for S13. Now here you have to specify what is the phase in start. The phase in, so I'm launching on May 21st of 2019. So the phase in will end in uh, June 30. So for another 1 month, my phase in would be there. That means, so this one, this is phase in start, phase in end. That means a growth, a steady growth happens. Phase out will happen from, let's say, from November. And then after December, it's gone. Just saying. What is a phase in curve? At what curvature that this phase in will happen? Phase in itself means it is a growth. So at what growth? I'm saying it is it's a linear growth. What is a phase out? How it will phase out? It will linearly phase out. That means a steady decline. So now here, if I scroll down, you can see the representation of the phase in and phase out. So the curves, the type is phase in curve. So it is starting from 10, percentage of 10. See, start is 10, end is 90. So it will eventually not 10, it will second period, it will go to 17, third period will go to 24, fourth period will go to 31. So that's how the proportionately it would increase. Or you can also say that, the start value need not be at 10%. So I mean to say that the forecasting the forecasting results need not start from 10 percentage. So it could actually start from, let's say, 75. If I do a simulate, then I can see if it is starting from 78, first time period, it will give a forecast of 75% of S12s, and then it will raise the next bucket to 76, 77 till 90. So these all things will happen in the phase in. Okay, so this is all, and then there's a notes. You can give us, I can post something here so that other planners can also have a visibility of it. That's how you achieve your transparency and then your collaboration. So I've saved it. Now I came back to the app called Manage Product Lifecycle. So now there is one assignment that I have just created and saved. So this is the assignment. Product assignments is one. Product is S13, referencing S12, giving 100% weightage to the S12 history. It is valid from May 1st of 2018 till etc. etc. Then I can click on it and then I can view the data. And also, if you want, this is another beautiful feature that you want to first see. Want to see the history of the reference products. So this is the history of the reference product. This is how the history is, actual quantity, so that you will also know that my forecast for the new product would be on the same lines, but not, it will not be a 6,000, but it would be, as I mentioned, that the phase in has to start from 75, so it will not have this kind of zigzag thing. So it will have an increase and decrease and steady decrease and further decrease, and again it picked up from here. I think this is because of the the nulls that we have maintained in the history, right? So there are some periods where we gave nulls. So yeah, so this is where you can refer your the reference products, and then you can see how the history is. Coming back here, this is the model. Selected, let me log off, login back. I'm running the forecasting now. So now what happens after running the forecasting model? We'll see some forecast for the new product, that is S13, based on two things. First thing is it will refer the old product, it will refer the old product history, and it will calculate the forecast. Second thing, while calculating the forecast, it will follow the configuration that we just made. We specified that this is a new product, so it will have a phase in. The phase in is starting from these durations, and the phase in is happening. It will start with 75% of the forecast, and it will reach 90%, and it would stay there for some time, and then the phase out will happen after that. So here, okay, oh my God. So you see the forecasts have come in, but they came in very low number. This is what I got here. I mean, last time when I did some kind of mock-up also, but we can very well see that it is it is uh, it is kind of increasing. 0.1, 0.26, 0.42, 0.58, 0.74. So after that, there is a stability here. And then I think in November of 2019 I said it is further declining. You see 0.3627, so it's coming here. Now after 2020 there is no forecast. That is because of the model that we have said, but this is not agreeable. I mean, we shouldn't see zeros and ones. We should be seeing something close to the S12 forecast. So I think something is wrong with the product assignments. So let me go here. I think the historical periods I gave here as 10. Let me change that up. 52. Forecast start is May 21st. Phase in will end on June 30th. Phase out will happen in November. That's fine. This is fine. Let me just delete this. Phase in will start on 21st of May. Phase in end will end in June of 30th. This is linear. Phase out will start in also December 1st. No. This is December 31st. Phase out is linear phase out. Okay. Save it. Data for product has been saved. Okay. I'll go back and verify whether the save oh, came back to the home screen. Demand planner group, manage product life cycle. As certain is a product referencing is S12. Still coming as 10. It is considering on a 10 historical periods. So this is how it has to be. log out and log in back and see. I'll rerun the forecasting. Finished. I'm checking the results now. Okay, there is no change in the results, but it is still showing zeros and ones. Should be showing some good forecast here. Um, Let me see what went wrong with the product assignments. The settings didn't got saved or like what? Let me open in a new browser. Maybe cannot see the. If it's because of cache or savings. This is from yesterday. I'm working on this. Um, so this is our one S13 referencing S12. Weightage is 100%. Validity is there. I don't know why this is not picking up. Um, Let me verify the settings once again. So I'll say this is valid edit mode. Why this is not saving it as 52 periods? Historical periods is 52. So I have a 1 Hey guys, are you there with me? Did I lost you guys?
Yes. After 52, we lost for just for a minute.
Okay, sure. I hope things are clear now. So okay, now I can see 52 here. Let me go back and see whether it got saved properly or not. It's still showing me 50 10 only. Go to the edit mode. Okay,
So
whatever.
your
Yeah,
screen is
I'm
not moving. So
oh, okay.
it's on the same screen though. So
Oh, okay. Think some network issues, I think. So how about now? What screen you guys can see it now?
we can see that you highlighted historical periods as a 52 as the old
Oh,
screen.
okay. Let me stop sharing and then reshare. Now I'm on Excel planning view. Can you guys see my Excel sheet now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. It is saying that I have a poor connection. So just
Yeah, Now we can see your Excel.
Okay. So can you guys see my run? Clicking on statistical forecasting,
Yes.
picking up the model. Okay, is it visible now? Okay, great. So I'm rerunning it. Made the changes. Checking the status of the forecasting model. So I can see that the model is getting scheduled. The status is in process. It will just get finished in a minute. Yeah, it is finished. So going back to the view once again and then clicking on refresh. Okay, it is still the same. It is not showing me the um, right forecasts. Why? But
Can you
I mean,
see the
other
just
things
a
it is.
job log, like, can you see the
Sorry.
job log, like, can you see the job log and the selection of the job log?
Sure, because other settings have worked perfectly fine because I can see it propagated forecast only for the first week of 2020, and then after week 2 of 2020 it didn't give because of the settings that I have made in the forecast dates. And also I said the phase out will start from 11th month, that is November 1st, and then it would finally end in the December. So that's why I can see here from here it is like gradually decreasing from 0.45, 0.36, 0.27, 0.18, and zero point 0.1. So and after this it is completely phased out. Other settings are working fine. As you said, let me go to the log and see. I think a log might not give the right results because it is more from a configuration standpoint. The selections that we made, it will not have that much intelligence of, because of these selections you got these kind of results. I mean, I faced the same issues some time back when I'm doing it. So um, uh, I think what I have last time also I faced the same issues. It always gives zeros and ones. There has to be some setting which actually makes it proper and help us to get us the right results. So let me go back. Let me delete this entire thing. Okay, now I'm creating a new one. Clicking on add, planning erase test config. Product is S13. Launch dimension is a product ID. Okay, so S13 is coming as reference. This should not be there. I'm deleting it. Creating a new reference product, that is S12 is an old product and 100% accuracy, valid from, give the right dates. May 1st, I have some history with me, and till till current day. Just saying that this is cannot be selected. Let me activate this. Now I'm specifying S13 start is phase in is week 20. Phase in end is July of 2031. Phase in is linear. Phase out will start in phase out will completely end in December. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is there. Saving it. It has been saved. It's activated. Okay. Okay, I'll log off and log in again and rerun this. And also the logs are here. Let me quickly identify if the substitute missing values is happening. It is saying that the missing value has been found on this time bucket. It has made some changes. Single exponential smoothing. Anything on the phase in curve was applied until 26th of 2019. Phase out curve is applied from week 44. Forecast was not generated after phase out ended. Fine. And it is giving the same information for other products. Okay. And anything else on the S13 product? Substitute missing values. It also did. As it is referencing S12 product, and S12 has some okay, whatever. The logs are not been that helpful, but at least it showed us that it considered S13, and then it has given that information that the phase out and phase ins are been considered, and it said that it didn't give any forecast after phase out, because after that the product becomes obsolete. S13. So coming back here, rerunning, give it a last try. If it didn't work, I'll work on this, guys, and tomorrow I'll let you know why it didn't work out. Checking the status now. So I was doing it day before yesterday. Supposed to have a call yesterday, but as majority of the folks didn't turn up, so we canceled yesterday's call. That is Monday, Indian time. Morning IST. Okay, it is still the same. Fine, I'll look into it. Tomorrow I'll let you know, guys. But one more thing is, I also want to show it to you that see, we're just saying that there is S12, there is a new product S13 is coming in. So what if the S12 is getting scrapped? What if the S12 will get eventually scrapped? Not say that I'll not take off the product S12 from market from the current week itself, but I'll make this end by the end of this year. So what I have to do? So in that case, what I have to do is I have to go to the product assignments, and I have to say that this S12 will get phased out. Click on this, then you say generate phase out. Okay, it is saying, it is giving some errors. That is saying that forecast dates could not be saved for planning area test config and product S12. Okay, the launch dimension of S12 is the product ID. The launch dimension value of S13 is invalid. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, is it because of this? I didn't give a launch dimension for S13. Okay, edit mode. Change launch dimension. It is product ID. This is fine. I gave a launch dimension already, but yeah. Anyway, work on this. But just wanted to. forecast dates could not be saved for planning area test config and is it because of this? Some errors are coming in, guys. Need to look into it. But so yeah, I'll fix this tomorrow, and then we'll actually get these things. So let me take a screenshot so that tomorrow we can touch base on this.
When that are you able to hear me?
Yeah, is it Srinivas? Yes, Srinivas, tell me. There's some connection
Yes.
issues, Srinivas, from my end.
Okay. So here you are giving the product ID as 13, right?
Yes, S13 is our new product.
No, here also here we need to use a different product, right?
Here.
Yes.
No. Here we are forecasting for S13, the new product, and then we are also saying that when is it phasing in and when is it phasing out. So here it has to be our new product, but in the product assignments where we are assigning the S12, that is a reference product, there we have to give our old product. So these settings are accurate. So product assignments has to refer the old product, the forecasting dates has to refer to the new product, and here we'll specify whether it is there or not. Because of this. Yeah, so whatever. So guys, what actually has to happen is in a real in a best in the best case scenarios, that when you click on generate phase out, you see this button, it is saying generate phase out for reference products. That means you're building these product assignments, you're saying that S12 is your reference product, and you're also saying it's a new product. Then you can also tell it to the system that my reference product will no longer stay in the market. So when you say generate phase out for reference product, system will ask that when this would get phased out. And then if you say that it will start phasing out from November of 2019 until December 31st, it will completely phase out. Then if I rerun my forecasting, so I'll not see these steady values, right? So if I go to the end of the periods, so here this is week 52 of 2019, this is last week, and after that 2020 is starting in. So somewhere in here the forecast values will come down from 211 to it becomes 200, 175, 150, 125, and finally it will say that it will end up with the zero on last week of 2019 because of the way the phase out has been maintained. But now I couldn't able to do it because it is throwing me some errors. It is giving me that the dimension, something related to the dimension values, that it is giving me some errors. So let me work on it. So tomorrow we'll start from here, the errors that we are facing today, and not tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow I'll be traveling back to my to the work location. So from Wednesday morning Indian time, that is no, tomorrow would be Wednesday. So Thursday morning Indian time. So we can have the sessions, and after that there will not be any more stopping. We'll go and stretch. So my kind of my personal visit to my hometowns has been completed. So yeah, on Thursday morning IST, we'll touch base. We'll start from the same page here. I'll not even change this model. So whatever errors that are there, we'll first resolve these errors, then we'll rerun, and then we'll see some forecast, and after that we'll start with the data realignment. So how to do a realignment thing, that if I take off like a new location, or if I want to transform the forecast of transfer this product to another product, etc., etc. On all can be done through an app called data realignment. So we'll see that, guys, on Thursday morning IST.
So it's a
Okay.
Wednesday for us.
Yes, Wednesday evening for you guys. Wednesday late
Oh,
night. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, guys. Thanks. Any doubts? Shoot an email. We'll touch base on Thursday again. Thanks.
Thanks.